Hey, welcome back to the Life Coach Launchpad. My name's BJ, and I'm here every week talking to you about all the online business things that, as it turns out, need to happen in order to have a successful life coaching business. I'm a business coach. I love to help life coaches make more money, get more clients, have more fun, and to do what they love to do, what they're meant to do, and that's coaching. So, let's dive right in. This week, and for the next 2.5 weeks, I'm in Japan. My wife has a work conference there. She's there for like 3 or 4 days, and so, I wanted to come along. And then once I'm there, then we got to bring our 3 kids. And once we're all there, then we got to stay for 3.5 weeks. So here we are. Japan was not at the top of my list, but I mean, it certainly sounded interesting, and this is pre-recorded, so I'm still pretty sure it's going to be interesting. I can't report back yet. Travel wasn't something that I did very often before I met my wife. She is definitely the driving force in us traveling a handful of times each year. I mean, travel is very important to us now. Let's just say it was mentioned in our wedding vows, and here we are. But I have grown to love it. And I think it comes down to expectations. As a dad to 3 young kids, ages 9, 7, and 2 at the time of this recording, I don't get to sit and be idle very much at home. And I think many parents aim to do that when they're on vacation, which in my experience, it doesn't happen very much. So even though you're on vacation, if you bring the young kids, you're still not going to be sitting down very much. But I would just rather do all of these memory making activities while I'm not sitting on the couch anyway. I know that some parents are aiming to relax on vacation. That's the whole goal, to sit, to lounge. And I do find time to do that, whether on vacation and at home. Everyone has to have some downtime. Otherwise, you'll end up in burnout mode. But travel really pairs well with my innate desire to do hard things. I've always done that. That's what I call doing things that are uncomfortable or hard or not fun. But when you do them, there's a reward. I find a lot of similarities between travel and growing a coaching business. In your coaching business, you have to do hard things. You have to put yourself out there. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable, to do things that, at the time, you really don't want to do. You want to sit on the couch. Just like travel, it comes down to expectations. If you're expecting clients to just show up on your calendar without you doing anything, then you will be disappointed. If you're expecting that your job is to show up for your business, execute the plan you've created, and then reap the rewards, you will get what you want. I'm in the middle of listening to an audiobook by Robin Sharma, who is by far my favorite author. I have now read his 5 a.m. Club twice now. It's the only book I've ever read twice. I went a couple decades in between college and, after college, but without reading anything. And his is just great. It's totally life-changing. But I'm listening to The Leader Who Had No Title. And he mentioned this extremely simple concept of keep moving forward. He uses acronyms all the time, which is I like acronyms. That's growing up in a corporate environment coming out in me. KMF, keep moving forward. It just makes me feel good and on the right track when things are hard. When things are feeling hard, just KMF, keep moving forward. Here's another comparison to travel. Imagine you're planning a trip. If you stay in indecision on where to stay, like where you're going to sleep that night, the trip will not happen. Or at least you won't have a place to stay if you show up with nowhere to go. So, indecision is a decision. It's the same in your business. If you're trying to decide on the best social media platform to focus on, or podcast versus YouTube video, or which email marketing platform to use, all of those will stop you from moving forward. So staying in indecision really is a decision. You have decided to be at a standstill, or at least moving slower than you would when you decide to move forward. There's a Japanese proverb that states, fall down 7 times, stand up 8. The fact that it's Japanese is very appropriate considering my current location, but it caught my attention in The Leader Who Had No Title when I didn't even know its origins. This saying and so many others reminds us that eventually you will rise above your current situation or challenge. You will get the number of clients you want in your coaching business. You will continue improving as a coach. Your lead magnet will eventually attract the right people. A certain percentage of those people will become your clients. There will be times when you feel like you come off looking silly or like an imposter. That's probably very applicable for so many of you. But looking silly feels uncomfortable for a minute, hour, or maybe off and on for a few days. But giving into doubt and stopping putting yourself out there will stay with you for years. And remember that getting great at anything, you have to put in the time and the work. I say that you have to put in the reps, just like at the gym. Malcolm Gladwell came up with and popularized the 10,000 hour rule, which says that it takes 10,000 hours of intensive practice to achieve mastery of complex skills. Guess what? Starting, operating, and growing your coaching business is a series of complex skills. If you still are left wanting more out of your business, nothing has gone wrong. Keep moving forward. You'll get your 10,000 hours eventually. And that 10,000 hours, I use that as an example. That doesn't mean that at 9,999 hours of practice, you will have zero results, zero clients. And it's your 10,000th hour that means that you'll have all of a sudden be booked out. You'll see gains eventually, and they happen progressively. You may have heard me talk about B minus work before. Don't try to make the best podcast, social post, email, video that you possibly can. Aim for just pretty okay. B minus. What you consider B minus, it will improve over time. And you will stay away from being stuck. You'll keep moving forward. And when you do, you'll get the fully booked coaching business you're after. All this comes from comparisons to the effort it takes to travel. It's worth it. One way that I make travel even more worth it is that I'll make a YouTube video from time to time of our trips. You can actually see our kids grow up if you watch enough of them. My travel video YouTube channel name is Busy Finding Time. If you're ready to add some gas to the fire when it comes to your coaching business, I can help. There's no need to go it alone. You're a coach yourself, you know the benefits of coaching. I can help you build your coaching business faster and with less stress than if you continue to go it alone. Sign up for a mini session on my website at bjbutler.com. This is the point where it would probably make sense for me to say goodbye in Japanese, but I don't know how yet. So hopefully when I get back, I'll talk to you next week.